Oh man, Btsports beat Skysports for the rights to distribute Wilder vs. Fury 2, much anticipated heavyweight bout championship fight in the UK. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang notification gang. Please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash app, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus. Buy the ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Conor McGregor, I don't know what you're thinking, versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone. It's, what is it, 5 days away or so, and it should be a good fight this weekend, fight week. Conor McGregor, he's looking in good shape. Donald Cowboy Cerrone, veteran, tall. I think I got to see him next to each other, but he looks taller than Conor McGregor. But again, I have to, look up the measurements. But purchase the pay-per-view using my link, and it does help the channel and the channel growth. So I appreciate the people that have already done that. And let's get into it. Btsports, they won the rights to broadcast Wilder Fury vs. Part 2 in the UK. And this is a huge blow to Sky Sports, because Sky Sports is thought of as, one of the broadcast leaders in the UK. And Tyson Fury has long standing, been with Frank Warren and been on the Btsports. And I know it's kind of like, it's like Death Row and Bad Boy in the UK. And one thing I got to talk about, so shout out to Btsport, first of all. They actually, for the first Wilder Fury fight, I think this is, they put up the money. It is what it is. They got the right. So I don't care who broadcasts it in the UK, since I'm based out of America. But shout out to them. They stuck by Tyson Fury, and they believed in Tyson Fury and Frank Warren and Showtime and PBC and Wilder for the first fight, did that. So, it makes sense that they were given the opportunity to try to bid for this particular fight, or the broadcasting rights. The fight is taking place February 22nd in the States. So, the UK fans are still going to have to wait up to the wee hours of the night to watch it, but they're going to be able to watch it. And this is nothing new for big fights in America. The UK has to generally stay up pretty late to watch it. This is a big fight. UK versus USA, Wilder Fury, the first fight. I think this is a fight people don't want to miss. Even people like Bob Arum, and you never know, because De La Hoya, he'll say Canelo Triple G is going to do this many buys, and Bob Arum said it's going to do 2 million. That's what he's projecting. I don't know. All I know is this is a big fight. Saturday, February 22nd, MGM Grand Garden Arena, and it's a meaningful fight. The great thing, on top of being great fighters in their own right, Wilder, what he does, Tyson Fury, what he does, is this is a broadcaster or a promoter's dream, in the sense of you got two showmen on top of good fighters. Sometimes people are missing that. Sometimes they have the showmanship and ability to bless the mic and MC the crowd, but then their skill set, when it comes to the fight, doesn't match up to the trash talk, or the pre-fight build, if you will. But in this is the rare like occasion where I really think the skills of both fighters, like Wilder doesn't proclaim to be the sweet scientist of all boxing, or make comparisons to historic Willie Peps and Pernell Whitakers. He tells you he wants to catch a body, he wants to destroy stuff. He's Thanos, Black Thanos. I am inevitable. Tyson Fury, he sometimes promises the knockout, which he doesn't always get, but when it comes to being a swift boxer and ability and stuff, he has that. He uses his frame well, good upper body movement. He definitely thinks. So I think this is, the total package for fight fans, because two showmen, and what they say they want to do, they're going to try to bring to the table. Unlike some, like I said, no names mentioned, but some fighters, they'll more so promote the fight, and then it won't live up to performance-wise. So I think this will live up to it. It's heavyweight boxing. I mean, who doesn't like that? 200-plus pound men, 6'7", 6'9", and, Tyson Fury going back to his old ways in the Kronk gym. Rest in peace to Manuel Stewart. But with his nephew, Andy Lee, he's trying to turn back the clock, if you will. Wilder kind of keeping it funky, keeping it all the way the same. And, I shouldn't even have to do too much to promote the fight. It's a good fight. The press conference was good. It was loaded with quotables, and, both guys are promising different things. February 22nd, we will find out. But huge blow to Skysports, them not getting the rights to this fight, because they did get the rights to Wilder versus Ortiz too. But without a doubt, this is the biggest fight on the calendar for 2020, and this is a much bigger fight with the history with, Tyson Fury claiming lineal championships. And another interesting caveat is that you're having two networks that don't really work together often, working together, ESPN and Fox. So I think there should be some good shoulder programming and just overall real good content to keep the fans feasting and salivating up until the fight date. I don't run Fox, I don't run ESPN, but all I know is Fox in 2019, they did a great job of building up lesser fights. So I can't see why they would have a fight like this, of this magnitude, of this importance, with this type of history from the first fight to the second fight, with these two types of personalities, and then let off the gas. That wouldn't even make sense to me. So you could just look for even better viewership numbers, a better shoulder programming and pre-build. That's what I'm expecting, because like I said, no disrespect to any fighter, but Fox covered and did shoulder programming for lesser fights like Chris Arreola versus Adam Kalnacki, which was a good fight, but clearly it's not the same implications as a important rematch for a title, a non-title fight. And then they had other fights like even lesser than that, where they had camp lives and stuff like that. So I look for some real good original programming from the two. I mean, if ESPN and Fox can't do that with a fight like this, then I have fears for where boxing is headed. So I look for them. I'm not a cynic. I don't try to look cynically. So I feel like these two sports entities, between the two of them, if they can't come up with some original programming or whatever that pacifies the fans and builds excitement with these two personalities, then something's seriously wrong with how boxing is being promoted now. So I look for real good programming. So huge loss to Sky Sports, because who wouldn't want to be in part of this history and a part of this fight? And this is what I'll say about the divisive fans in the UK, because I notice a territorial thing where it's like Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, and then like people are split in the UK, and people that like Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports, they like Sky Sports. Basically they like Eddie Hearn fighters, and then they'll slag the Daniel Dubois or Tyson Fury, or they like Sky Sports but they hate BT Sports. Listen, this is a good fight. And the one thing that I never understood about those divisive fans, for one, you're not helping the sport of boxing. So as far as I'm concerned, people that are trying to create unnecessary division, they can go. Beyond that is what they've said for the longest about Wilder fights and situations like this make absolutely no sense. They keep saying, oh, nobody wants to watch Wilder versus Ortiz part 2. And, now that Sky Sports has lost the bidding rights to showcase the fight, they might go in and try to act like, oh, this is poor promotion, or it's not that big of a fight. Stop it. Because Joshua's rumored to fight Kubrat Pulev. Usyk might fight Parker or Chisora. Dillian White saying he wants to fight against Andy Ruiz, coming off an embarrassing performance, and Ruiz ain't even a DAZN fighter, and he wants to fight Povetkin for Dillian White, stuff like that. None of these fights on Sky Sports or rumored for Sky Sports in the heavyweight division are even remotely comparable to what Wilder Fury 2 is. So stop right there. Beyond that is no need. Sometimes you win some, you lose some, and Sky Sports here, they lost one. And the most important thing here to look at is the people who are doing this propaganda, this agenda, trying to slag off BT Sports and Frank Warren and stuff like that. You look horrible, because if there was no interest, then Sky Sports, they wouldn't even try to bid for this fight. So just like Wilder's last fight, you see an interest from Skysports because they're trying to acquire the UK rights for it. So all the people who are like, oh, Wilder's not a star and nobody knows Wilder and nobody wants to see Wilder Ortiz, or now that Skysports lost the bidding rights in the UK to host the fight, you know, don't try to switch it now and try to make it look like this is not a big fight. You know, as far as I'm concerned, like I said, all those fans can go because we know it's cap and we know it's a lie. If Wilder is not big business, then Sky Sports, why are they bidding for his fights? Why are they securing the rights for some of his fights? If Wilder Fury 2 is ill promoted and it's a horrible fight, or, you know, people are going to try to, you know, hit you with the agenda, say it's going to be some more BS, or it's not going to live up to the first fight, or it's going to be a robbery, or he was robbed, you know, all these negative things to try to compensate for the L that Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports have received, not being able to secure the biggest fight on the calendar for 2020. Just save it, because it doesn't make sense. Again, you wouldn't bid 10 million pound or whatever they try to bid to acquire the rights for a fight that's going to come on at 3 a.m. in the morning, you know, if it wasn't a good fight. So stop it right there. New media, we control the narrative. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.